And we're back. And we're back with doing, well, how to survive the early game on most of the asteroid types. Now, today we're going to be doing Rime. Rime? Rime? Rime. I'm going to commit to Rime. I've done the same modification again, so this doesn't have any attributes. It's going to be as default can be. So do bear in mind if you play it with some random settings like, say, volcanoes or something like that, you will have a very different experience. Now let's just fire up this map and have a look-see what we're going to be in for. This is your starting biome, and the first thing you're going to notice is you're surrounded by a nice little temperate bubble, 13 to 14 degrees in temperature, and everything in there is, well, nice. You've actually got two water pockets in here as well, all perfect, but everything outside that, frozen solid. The odd bit about this is you start in quite a large temperate biome. There's loads of copper going on around here. Well, temperate is the wrong word, I suppose. There's lots of copper and sandstone. This whole area feels like your starting biome, yet it's completely frozen solid. You'll see there's actually water in here, well, ice. So there's frozen pockets all the way throughout this, and that chill is going to start leaking in immediately into this temperate area. And that temperature is pretty low. We're talking in -4, -5. Some of these areas over here, -36. Wow, that ice is going to be painful to get to liquid temperature. However, it's not all bad. You do start with quite a lot of muckroot, and even though this area is frozen, it's full of muckroot. I think yeah, you can actually see some here inside this ice. So food should not be a problem for quite a while, actually. You should be able to dig out here. I mean, look at this. This temperate biome goes all the way up here. Another odd feature of this is this abyssalite up here. It keeps you from mining outside of your temperate biome in most respects, though I have seen breaks in a few maps that I've generated. You can see you can actually dig in here to this caustic biome. Down here you gain access to slime. There's a few areas you can get out, but for some reason you're blocked off in others. I'm not too sure, but you should have access to caustic and slime pretty much immediately. In some instances, even the rust biome, though the rust biome is, well, it's effectively useless. The odd bit about the rust biome is it doesn't have any salt. There's no salt in the rust biome at all. Now, on the bright side, there is uh, salt biomes. However, the downside is the salt biomes don't contain any salt. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but yeah, there's sand in here, but that's it. Let's have a quick look around and see if we can't find some salt. Nope, nope, nope. On one map, I did find a few pieces of salt, but by and large, a saltless map. So the rust is not going to be useful for making oxygen unless you want to sieve the brine that you're going to find around the place. However, these brine packets are very small. There's a few areas around the map that actually have temperatures that are warm enough to be liquid. So you've got one up here, one down here, and it varies. Some maps have more than others. As well as that, there seems to be oil packets throughout the place, or oil pockets. You do have a contiguous oil biome, so you've got your normal standard issue oil biome down the bottom of the map, even if it is pretty chilly. Not chilly enough to turn all the oil solid, though. In places it will be. Here's crude oil, frozen completely solid. Pretty fun. Now, there are a few slime biomes around here that seems to have the temperature, a normal temperature as well, but by and large, all the slime biomes are frozen solid, which presents another interesting thing. You see all the slime in here? It's rapidly plummeting. The amount of germs in all of these tiles is they're dying off. The moment you expose them and the game starts working out, well, they're in minus X temperature, they die off. So it should be quite possible to smash out a whole bunch of slime if you really want to. I'd probably go for that pretty quick. Mushrooms are actually a good choice for food. Now let's grab up mushrooms. Here's a dust cap and minimum temperature 5 to 35 degrees. Pretty handy. They can survive at lower temperatures than mealwood. Mealwood can only survive down as low as, oh, that's bristle blossom. Mealwood can only survive down as low as 10. Bristle blossom also a good choice. It can survive down as low as 5 degrees. However, of course, you're going to be limited on water. It might be an idea to get into mushrooms. I think that's probably the way I'm going to go again. Mushrooms, I can just carry over the slime, and the slime will have no germs in it. I'm not even sure I'll have to, stick it into containers. Once you gain access to slime, you can just churn out a whole bunch of mushrooms for your base. Uh, Oxalite wise, doesn't seem like there's an awful amount. Maybe about the same as a standard start, but all these areas over here, the ones full of ice, don't seem to contain any more of it, so you will immediately have to jump into algae. For actually switching over to electrolyzers, not a problem. You just need a water source. Brine would be great. I don't know. I'm just going to call this map as you're going to start cold, it's going to get colder, and you're probably going to want to rush the heating tech. So one thing you're probably going to get into straight away is space heaters, but the main target would be tepidizers. Tepidizers generate so much more so much more heat per watt. That's 4,064 kDTUs. Heaters produce 18. True, it costs you, well, what, about 8 times the power, but 8 times the power, and they give you, uh, 10, way, way, way more heating. I'm not even going to try to do the math on that. You'll be better off usually getting up a tepidizer. So let's just skip forward and get started on this, shall we? Quick random map choice, though it really does not make a difference what we pick. None of them will have any modifiers. For dupe choice, we've got two diggers, David and Lenny, and for our scientist, we've got Carrie. And yeah, just the standard issue stuff. Normally, I wouldn't be so happy with biohazardous on my two diggers because they would be the most exposed to germs. There's not going to be much germs on this map, so I'm not going to worry. For the start, I am going to actually set my priorities. For the first time, I'm going to do this before I actually activate the game. Researching. Yep, there we go. And stop everyone else from researching. We got water here, here, and here, so we're going to go down this side. We just need some building materials to get started. Let's just dig out a bunch of this. Temperature-wise, this is our little temperate bubble. So we're probably going to want to stay in that side that as much as possible, at least until we get our hands on some of the basics. Ooh, let's actually super speed this. That should take care of getting water, which means we can then get up toilets and bedrooms. So I should just about get the toilets and sinks finished before the end of this. Ooh, just in time. And we've got beds for everyone. So everyone survived the first shift, and temperature, yeah. That's one thing I worry about is these hatches. The hatches can only survive, I think it's 10 degrees, is it? Comfort range, livable range, minus 30? Actually, never mind. They can survive down to minus 30. We should be fine. I'll just skip this forward a bit. Going to put together about 6 beds now because, well, why not? Research-wise, straight into meal prep so we can get up dining halls. I'm not going to worry about putting down too much food just yet. I think there's plenty of mealwood on the map. That may come back and bite me, but from what I can see, there is so much mealwood and crops scattered all about the place. I should be able to get into food late if I want to and not worry too much. Temperature-wise, yes. You know what? I'm going to worry about it when the time comes. I should have all the tech I need when I want to actually put some crops together. First, duplicate choices are terrible at cycle 3. We've got bottomless stomach, which I don't want. That's just more calories I don't want to waste. And this one has noodle arms, which is usually pretty bad for just about anything. They do have +3 strength, which counteracts the noodle arms. Well, counteracts 3/5 of the noodle arms. I think I am going to be stuck taking them. So we welcome Sid to the ice block. In the meantime, I've just been, well, putting in all the standard stuff. I'm soon going to have meal prep ready to go, and then we can stick in hall. Actually, I have meal prep ready now, which means we'll go straight into internal combustion. A little bit of heat never hurt anybody on this map, I'd say. Dining hall finished. We've got all our little room bonuses going on, so everyone's got plenty of morale. Skill point wise, I haven't got skills yet. They should be close enough. Got up oxygen, got up a second oxygen diffuser going on down here. This will get my whole base oxygenated. I'm digging down here because I want to put in some coal generators. I think I'll put in some coal generators on this level, put in a carbon skimmer at the bottom. Might feed it in this water, possibly then consolidate my water, though that's going to be not so much dangerous. Your dupes can get hypothermia, but hypothermia is not a big deal. They can't actually die of hypothermia. So since they can't actually get injured by it, you can sort of just ignore it. It's a minor inconvenience for a little period of time, but that's it. I don't want my dupes running through water all the time. Definitely not on a map this chilly, but it's not the end of the world if they do. Anyway, I'll skip forward a bit here. I'm just going to put in a power supply and a bunch of batteries. Actually, batteries might be a good way to generate heat on this map. I can put down several of them. Actually, let me think about this for a second. That seems like about the right amount of batteries. Yeah, that'll go. I should probably turn off the manual generator though until. Maybe I should have waited until after I put in the coal generators. You know what? I can just do some priority building. So we've got coal up and running. That means we can get rid of the manual generator. How much coal have we got? I never actually checked. 769 kilos. It's enough to keep us going. There's some more coal in here I can gain access to. We're going to dump the charge into these batteries. We'll set these to something like, make them 10%. Don't want to waste too much power. With all these batteries to actually store it in, should be plenty of space. We shouldn't be wasting too much, and that will actually generate us a little bit of heat around here, which won't hurt. Now it's basically hammer out lots of research, I think, is the plan. I've got high-tech, well, I've got advanced computing, so tepidizer? Yeah, I think we'll just go straight for the tepidizer. I don't think there's anything else we really need emergency style. Well, I don't care about smart batteries because I'm able to put down so many large batteries. The only reason you care about smart batteries is these jumbos are going to have power runoff. There's going to be a little runoff from them. That's not going to be great. But they do generate heat, so not the worst thing in the world. Normally the heat would be a problem, but on this map it's a bonus. Now, next duplicate. For duplicate choices, I'm getting hurt here. This one's unconstructive, and they don't really have anything that could really make up for that. A yokel, but they can actually cook. You know, I might make this one my dog's body, and Sid can become something else. So we have a second carry on the team, but this time with a K. Completely different. Completely different. Oh, scheduling. I never went over that, but same as before, we just have two different schedules, slightly offset. I've reduced the sleep time to only 2 tiles because that's all they need. Once they're in bed, they'll stay in there. And I need to queue up a lot of commands. I can't believe I never noticed this before, but there's a forest biome over here. I wasn't aware there was forest biomes on this. I didn't see one on my tests. Is this random? But it means I've got a bunch of hexton fruit over there. Each one of these are worth, well, a lot of calories. I'm trying to remember how many, but it's a ridiculous amount. That's going to make food a lot easier for quite some time. And actually, I'm going to make all these priority 6 because this whole area is going to fill up with carbon dioxide. I'd prefer if they got around to that sooner rather than later. Skill points, we're going digging, more digging. Nope, they were supposed to be research. Why did I do that? There's no undo button, is there? Yeah, I'll have to get the skill scrubber. And the skill scrubber won't work because I need the advanced research to get the skill scrubber, which I can't get because I just... Okay, I've made the game, this map slightly artificially harder. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll put them into improved carrying to start, and then I'll get them into grilling later. Oh, that was just... Oh, that was dumb. Never mind. We'll skip forward a little bit and forget all about this. Turns out the skill scrubber is not as far up the tech tree as I thought. It's on the same level as the supercomputer. I could just send Curry in there and get them scrubbed. Yeah, okay, it'll take half a cycle. It will drain an awful lot of power. But yeah, that is actually the first time I've actually found a use for the skill scrubber. Nice. Let's see how they're doing in there. Yeah, I don't think they like that too much. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. And Carrie should be just coming out now. Oop. I love the way they just faceplant the moment they come out. And Carrie can go straight into advanced research. Excellent. That means we can get back to getting our hands on, what was it I was researching? Ah, yes, tepidizers. Maybe going for them a little bit quickly, but can't hurt to have them sooner rather than later. Now, I am going to go over here and get these hexen fruit, though my calories are just fine. I've got 36,000 calories of muckroot and still 7,000 calories of nutrient bars left. And once I start gaining access to these hexen fruits over here, it should get even nicer, or sweeter. Wow, there's so many of them. This is going to be useful. There we go. Now, I'm going to want to set up a tepidizer probably in here. This will become my main water tank. Or maybe this one. Actually, no, this will become my main water tank. I'll heat that up to, say, 10, 15 degrees, and then use that to warm up my whole base. I've also got plenty of water for electrolyzers. I feel like I've got too many options here. I'll wait until I've extracted some of these foods, and then we'll cut back in. Cycle 9 dupe choice. Bottomless stomach, no thank you. Noodle arms, would rather not. Even if their tidying does counteract most of it. Or all of it, actually. This one's squeamish and small bladder. Happy with both of those. Quick learner and gourmet. Has creativity. They're going to become our artist. Welcome to Amal, our new artist in residence. Now what I have been doing is digging over here because I want access to slime so I can get mushrooms. There's a mushroom right down there. I'm just going to start getting straight into mushrooms. It seems like the easiest plan. Though I will want to get a tepidizer in. How's our research looking? Well, it would look a lot better if I built an advanced research lab. Dupe-wise, on cycle 16, we've got a slow learner, which means they'll just learn everything really slow and be terrible. Unconstructive, self-explanatory, and noodle arms, which I don't particularly like. I think I'll just make them another builder. I don't really need ranching on this map, so Oliver can join on. Welcome to the fold, Oliver. That's 7 dupes. Do I have enough beds? No, I do not have enough beds. Probably should have planned it out in advance a little bit. I've done a fair bit of construction in the background, or deconstruction, I suppose. You notice I haven't actually harvested any food. I'm still living off muckroot and hexlant fruit because they are everywhere. In fact, there's even more over here for me to draw on. I demolished the slime biome. I let all the water pour down here. There was actually some warm, polluted water, though not anymore. It was about 20 degrees. Now that it's down here, the polluted ice and all that has chilled it out. I'm just putting in a second coal battery here, coal generator battery here, so I can put in a coal generator section. So I can put a tepidizer in here and heat all this water up to about 15 degrees. At that point, I'll just start combining all these water pools into one, and I'll use this to uh, regulate the temperature of this area. These mushrooms or the dust caps that I harvested are not growing because the temperature in here is a bit chilly. I'm fine with that. I don't have enough carbon dioxide yet to really make much of an impact in here anyway. I oxygenated this area. I'm bringing oxygen diffusers with me everywhere. Algae is still fine. I've still got 20 tons of algae. I can switch over to electrolyzers the moment I've got some. Well, actually, you can switch over to electrolyzers at any point on this map. This map is turning out to be really, really handy, I suppose, is the is the best way I can explain it. You don't have to worry about heat at all, so you can just throw down an electrolyzer whenever you want. It's not going to warm up your base. Well, it will warm up your base, but that's good for your base. Temperature-wise up here, yeah, it's still looking nice and warm. I'll just skip forward a bit more. There's this map is pretty close to solved already. I love it. I love it. This map just flips everything on its head. You actually want more heat than you want cold. Just excellent. Right now I've managed to, well, I've put down a bunch of mushrooms down here and I'm insulating them in. They're all, of course, stifled due to the, oh, and everyone is sneezing like crazy down here. They've all got hypothermia, or pretty much all of them. 5 of the 7 of them all have hypothermia already. It's it's an annoyance more than anything else. Where is it? Hypothermia. -5 science, -5 machinery, -5 construction and cuisine, +1 sneeziness. Most of this is because I had them putting in a bunch of piping in here in all this water. Yeah, that exposed them to way too much chill way too quickly. It happens. Now, what I have done is I've run a bunch of pipes through here. What I want to do is fill this up with water that will go out, go around here, and come back in. All I'm going to do is heat this water area over here up to about 15 degrees, and then just circulate that water through here. What I should probably do is actually get my hands on some more aluminum, or aluminium, depending on your persuasion. And that means I can put down some radiant piping to help dissipate the warmth that's going to come out of this. At the same time, I've put down these insulated tiles. By and large, this is turning out to be rather nice. This map is just so pleasant. There's no stress, no worries. I still haven't farmed anything, and it's cycle 19. Though I'm probably going to start running out of food soon. Though there is another temperate biome over here I could tap into for even more muckroot. And actually, I haven't even dug out up here yet either. Yeah, let's just go up here. Now, I have been advised that you can put plants in here now, and they will actually give you the Great Hall bonus. So I'm just going to give that a quick try. So yes, Great Hall bonus is back for just having a plant. That's Well, that's amazing. That means I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about getting the really high level decor or even an artist up to a certain level to get the Great Hall bonus anymore. Ooh, excellent. Makes life so much simpler. I'm also going to have to swap out those toilets for something a little bit better. And I'm also going to have to get rid of all that polluted oxygen that's going to accumulate in there because I'm leaving all the polluted water and dirt on the ground. What can I say? I've been a bit lazy on this map. It's really hard to not just have fun on this one. So we have a triophobic who can't dig, and we have someone with allergies who I would rather not. We'll take some blossom seeds. We've got plenty of them already, but at least it gives us something. Once this is all finished up, I can start up this heating loop. Oh, I've turned this on over here. This is running off two coal generators. It powers this tepidizer, and this tepidizer is set to heat this water up to 15 degrees. And now that that's pretty much started, we are going to pump some of that water, and we're going to dump it onto our little cooling loop, or heating loop. I suppose it's a heating loop now that I think about it. Now, due to a minor mistake earlier, I accidentally trapped a dupe out, or I accidentally moved a tile I shouldn't have. I dumped a little bit of polluted water into my clean water tank. Not a big deal, there was no germs in it, but I'm going to have to filter that polluted water out of my system. Just one of those minor inconveniences. All I'm doing is just sticking on a liquid filter here, and I'm going to filter off the polluted water into a separate tank. No big deal, just in case anyone's wondering why there was that little blob of polluted water down there. Perfect, and now it's gone. Well, my heating loop, yes, that's not working out quite as well as I thought. Maybe I need to throw in some more radiant piping. Carbon dioxide is really, really not a good conductor, whereas the thermal conductivity is terrible. So it doesn't seem to be heating up the mushrooms quite as fast as I'd like. So I stuck in a space heater, and that has rapidly helped things improve. I think I'll leave that there for a little bit, let the temperature in there get a little bit warmer, and then I'll rip it out. There's still plenty of chill going on in this map. Now I should probably get around to replacing those toilets and turning them into something more productive. Duplicant-wise, this is probably one of the stranger ones I've seen. They've got three positives: Twinkle Toes, Mole Hands, and Interior Decorator, and all with a negative of Pacifist, which no one cares about. Yeah, we're just gonna hire this one because. Welcome Melanie or Melanie Bird to the fold. I have installed all the nice plumbed bathrooms. The cooking is going on at a reasonable rate. We've got plenty of fried mushrooms coming in. We're actually starting to live on food that we're growing ourselves. The temperature in here is stabilized. It's not warm by any stretch of the imagination, but so long as we're above 5 degrees, it doesn't matter. I'm going to extend on the cooling loop, or the heating loop, I should say, as well, so we can have more mushrooms. At the same time, expanded a little bit more down here to, well, let all this melt and get access to some more mushrooms. Expanded a bit down here to get some more mushrooms, just to make sure I had enough mushrooms to keep everything going. Threw in a big water tank because why not? As well as that, I have been digging a lot because, well, it's been clearly established in all of my playthroughs, I can't help myself. I've dug out huge chunks of the map, and this map is it's just perfect. Algae wise, 84 tons. I have no intention of building an electrolyzer anytime soon. I don't need it. Coal is actually at 12 tons. I might want to get some more coal, or I could just tap into some of the caustic biomes that are around the place. This map is just so handy. There's no need for stress. I've built a smart battery, but I haven't actually deleted the large jumbos. I decided why bother? They're generating heat. Fine, there's a little bit of electricity runoff, but I can get the coal. At this point, I think I'm going to call this map quits. It's just so handy. This is probably the most pleasant experience I've had in a long time in this game. There was just no stress really anywhere along the way. If you start running out of food, just keep digging. There's plenty of forest biomes. There's more muckroot in here somewhere. Every single temperate or copper biome you find, and there is plenty of them around the map. There's just even more. There's more in here. There's more muckroot in there. More muckroot in there. I could dig into that to get even more water. You're swimming in water, wild food, the cooling. A plan might be to just get some of this polluted water, dump it through a metal refinery, and dump that hot water, say, in here and start melting this biome. You can melt, destroy, do whatever you want. It's a beautiful map. My advice, give this a go at some point. It is probably the most fun you'll have in a long time. It would get pretty boring. There's not going to be an awful lot of stress, I'll tell you that much. But if you've had a hard run, say on Oasis or Badlands, come here and just relax. If I had it all to do over again, what would I do differently? Duplicate choice wise, I suppose is where we'll start. Nothing, I would really change nothing. Two diggers, one builder. I might have got one rancher and maybe got up some hatches just for the coal. But by and large, one artist, one who was it? I think it was Sid. Yeah, I'm getting Sydney into mechatronics engineering just so we can get some, get up some automation, get it up and running. Farouk is going into uh, artistry. Everything else though is just you don't really care. There's no pressures on you in this map. There is nothing that is pressing down upon you that's going to collapse your base. So you can take your time. This actually, I find this a problem almost. It doesn't give me a focus of where I should be going, what I should be doing. I can just take my time. For example, I should have a carbon skimmer down here to skim some of this carbon. I only want the bottom layer to be covered in it. Not exactly a big deal. I have plenty of time and I could dig out more space if needs be just to give myself a bigger carbon sink. Yeah, I would definitely recommend you give this a go, and I think it's situated probably accurately on the map system in terms of difficulty. It's not difficult. Once you get some food up and running, you're fine. You don't need this big cooling loop. That was probably the one thing I'd change. I didn't really need it. I would have been better off just installing a bunch of space heaters and letting them provide the heating. This whole cooling loop was a waste of time and electricity. Would have been better off with the space heaters. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this at least gave you an idea of what to expect if you do try this map. And good luck.